fill up this space. Come on in, come on in. Great, any other stragglers out there?
Where's the table? Miranda? Miranda! Yes, Polly? Where's the table? The table? What table? The one we always sit at. Where did it go? Someone moved it. No, no one's moved it. So we're right there. No, don't push me. Sorry, I'm not pushing, I'm helping. You are pushing and I do not need your help. And
Yes, Mom.
that is not our table. Okay? What's that? What? That, over there, what is that? Oh, that's a new construction.
New construction?
For the Centennial. Yeah, they're fixing the building.
More construction.
I hate construction.
What are they doing here?
Well, it is Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. There's a lot of students here for a Sunday.
It's almost finals.
Where's my umbrella?
Hold on. Working on a Sunday?
No, it's my day off.
Oh. And you're still here?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day.
I think it's a bit too hot.
You think? Miranda! Where's my umbrella? You didn't bring it, Molly.
Yes, I know I brought it.
Maybe I'll see you later.
Maybe. There it is. That's mine.
It was just lying there. Can't I use it?
Danielle! Hey, Danielle! Hey!
Not now, Hannah.
Well, let's hang out. What do you want?
Go away. We're not working today, okay?
Well, why don't we go rock climbing?
Hannah, that's literally the last thing I want to do right now.
Well, why not?
You know why not. This is our only day off.
Why don't you go find your mommy before I rock climb her?
Forrest!
No, seriously.
Forrest!
No.
Bye.
Bye! Bye!
Forrest, relax.
It's easy than I forgot. Oh, where'd Miranda go?
Why are you asking about her? Huh?
I was joking.
You're joking? Well, it wasn't funny.
What?
I didn't think it was funny at all.
Okay, why are you pretending like this is a real thing right now?
Because you were asking about her and you were all like touching with her before.
Okay, first of all, you need to take a step back.
I am taking a step back. You're the one who needs to take a step back.
You're literally taking a step back.
I don't need to take a step back, so I don't have to.
Okay, can we just enjoy the art?
Yeah, I will enjoy the art. I'm going to enjoy the art. I'm enjoying the art.
Really loud.
Forrest?
What?
Forrest?
What?
That guy. I think he's watching us.
The artwork looks different today. It's the same artwork that's been up all week.
It looks different.
You prefer looking at the artwork to looking at the people?
People all dressed up, like they own the place, pretending to be what? The museum is just another place, nothing special.
Pretending?
They leave me alone here. No one comes close. Hypocrites. That's what they are. Whispering about this one and that one. Overprivileged people complaining, condescending patrons, observing, perceiving. Well, screw them. Fools skating. Call that recreation.
UH has nothing on
Sort of made by a fucking child.
Yeah.
So boring.
I don't think they have much style either.
I don't understand what the big deal about this place is.
Yeah.
Good food though.
Oh, excellent. Well, I can't wait to go home though.
Really? Didn't know you were so anxious. We just got here.
I know.
You know what? I hate this place too. So let's go back to the hotel and I'll change the reservation and we'll drive home tomorrow morning. Okay?
Thank God. I will miss the food though.
Oh, we'll stop at El Billy on the way out.
Oh, perfect.
Hey, man. How do we get out of here?
What?
How do we get out?
Well, if you go down this hall, take a left, and then on the right, and just keep walking into the water until your lungs fill up and you die.
Are we ever gonna get home?
This is ridiculous. Why don't you just try it? No one's going to notice us anyway. Hey, look. Where? Cute guys. In an art museum?
I know, right?
Okay, fine. This is ridiculous. Just roll with me here. That doesn't matter.
It's such a beautiful day.
Hey, what you think, man? I like the one behind us in the blue dress.
Oh no!
What?
Oh gosh.
You guys need help?
I'm single.
We're bad, bro.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
I got it.
Thanks, I guess. Because they were just really heavy or something.
Yeah, sure. That doesn't look broken.
Yeah, it must have just gotten like tangled or something.
Sure.
I'm Callie, by the way. This is my friend.
Allie.
What's your name?
I'm Mason.
And, what's your friend's name?
Yeah, this is my friend.
Seems kind of shy.
Oh yeah. He's like very shy.
Oh, we don't bite.
No, he's like incapably shy. You know.
Oh. Well, that kind of sucks.
No, he's cool though, right?
Oh, 1 second.
They're perfect. Okay, you can have the shy one. I don't want the shy one either. Take the shy one.
Hey, we're actually kind of getting tired of studying. If y'all want to come with us and get some food.
Yeah. Guess it's us now.
I thought he'd never leave.
Yeah, friends can be kind of complicated.
Yeah, he doesn't really understand me, you know.
She's always been kind of selfish.
Yeah, dude just follows me around.
You know, I never think she actually cared about me.
Yeah, he doesn't really have my taste, you know.
She doesn't know anything.
Yeah, she did seem kind of pushy, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's odd.
Hey, no, he is not odd. Sorry. Hey, look who's watching us. Come on.
in your location, and we'll reconvene here and have a short discussion before the rest of the performance continues, okay? All right, so go ahead and just start kind of milling about. Whatever feels natural to you, whatever you feel drawn to, just proceed as is logical for you. When you freeze things, they become holy. So thank you so much for taking part in that activity. It's called resensitization score, as I said, and kind of the idea is to re-engage with your environment. Especially, I'm assuming a lot of you move through this space a lot. I know I do, and it's easy to move past it with your kind of blinders up. So I wanted to start our very brief discussion section here with just asking you to tell me what you noticed that you might not otherwise have.
So I was by this area where a lot of people were walking. So something that I haven't noticed is that everybody has like a certain sound to their walk. There's a lot of people walking this way. So that's what I noticed.
I noticed a really exceptional color of green. Park setting, I'm a student, but it's a park setting over there.
And kind of one of the difficult questions, paradoxically a very simple one, is what kind of composition did you think you were a part of or feel you were a part of?
Just notice the different levels of people, some people standing, some people sitting, different distances between people, some people were clumps, some people
Yeah, I suppose the word that came up was constellation. Like, we were all sort of in the same zone doing the same thing, but there were all these other differences. It just felt like looking up at a grouping of stars and trying to find, what shape are we making here?
Yeah. I was first looking at you and you were looking that way, and it made me feel like I was on my way to school. That's kind of what came to mind for me.
I was thinking about like how basically those chairs kind of constitute like their own sort of mass with their own kind of gravitational pull, because everybody was kind of drawn to like where the chairs were, more or less.
Yeah, for sure. The chairs kind of asked to be sat in. They're obviously like a place for an audience to be, so some kind of performance space for sure. It's hard not to think of this space as being just a stopping point on the way to school, or the way to class, or the way to work if you work here. But I find if you sit here long enough, new kind of narratives and ways of imagining how you can be in this space also emerge. So I don't know if anyone's mind went anywhere interesting to that end, but it looks as though we're ready to begin the next part of our experience, and so I will direct you to take up your position as audience member at the chairs over there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Feel free to grab a seat. Start the room.
dressing up like they own the place. Pretending to be what? The museum is just another place. Nothing special. Pretending? They leave me alone if I stay in here. No one comes close. Hypocrites. That's what they are. Whispering about this one and that one. Overprivileged people complaining, condescending patrons. Observing, perceiving. Huh. Well, screw them. Fools skating. Call that recreation.
UH has nothing on UT.
Oh, I know.
This look was made by a fucking child.
Yeah.
So boring.
It doesn't look like they have any style either.
Don't understand what the deal about this place is. Good food here, though.
Oh, excellent. Well, I can't wait to be home, though.
Really? But, babe, I didn't know you were this anxious. We just got here.
I know.
Oh. You know, I hate it too. So, let's just go back to the hotel. I'll change our reservation, and we'll drive home in the morning.
Thank God. I will miss the food, though.
Oh, we'll stop at El Bolillo on the way out.
Perfect.
Hey, man. How do we get out of here?
What?
How do we get out?
If you go down there, take a left, another right, and then just keep walking into the water until your lungs fill up and you die.
I hate this place.
Will we ever get home?
This is ridiculous.
Just try it. No one's going to notice this anyway. Where? These guys.
I know, right?
They're not going to talk to us anyway if we look stupid. Why don't we just... It's such a beautiful day out. It's not going to work. We'll just go with it here, okay? Oh no! What?
Damn it!
You guys need help?
I'm single.
Okay.
Her bag broke.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Guess they were just really heavy.
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't look broken, but
Oh, yeah, I guess it just got like tangled up or.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not broken. I'm Callie, by the way. This is my friend. Allie. What's your name?
I'm Mason.
And your friend?
Oh yeah, this is my friend. Yeah.
Seems a little shy.
Oh yeah, he's like actually like very, very shy.
Oh, come on, we don't fight.
No, he's like incapably shy. You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
No,
that sucks.
he's cool though, right?
One second. Okay, you can have the shy one. I don't want the shy. Okay, I don't want the shy one either. Okay, all right, let's go.
Hey, we're actually getting tired of studying. If y'all want to come with us and get some food?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I guess it's just us.
I thought he'd never leave. Yeah, he doesn't really understand me, you know.
Yeah.
He just kind of follows me around.
You know, I don't think she ever really cared about me.
We have very different tastes, you know. She did seem kind of, pushy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Wow.
seems odd.
Hey, he is not odd. Hey, dude, look, watch.
world is one large, demented circle consisting of competing forces, which is why I don't think we should waste our lives looking for answers. It's the questions, the disparate little points on the canvas that are most entertaining. Okay, an artist's statement. See, I wanted to depict these everyday people like Grecian frescoes. A nurse, a ridiculous woman wearing ridiculous clothes, pets, children, soldiers, voters, couples, having arguments, making jokes. But when you freeze them, when you arrange them just so, they become holy. Through each and every one of us runs a perfect, vibrant harmony. Tone, color, and line. From you to you. And from you to you. Even you, back there. Yes, even you are a part of that harmony. It would be easier, wouldn't it, if some things weren't important? If some people weren't important? If they simply faded away in the memory of a Sunday while we all went on? It doesn't work like that. No. No, we push and pause together. We're stuck here. With each other. With ourselves. These trees. These animals. These buildings. And this infinite sky. We add up to something. All it takes is for us to stop for a moment, to figure out what.
Purple, yellow, red, watch talk about with our scholars.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Is it off?
Hey,
This one is working.
this one is.
Yeah, thanks again to everyone for showing up. This was very lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to ask our scholars just a few questions. I don't know if you guys have questions for them, but I'll just start us off. I guess what I was wondering as I watched was, I think it's obvious after the song to everyone that it's Sunday in the Park with Church. And I guess I was wondering why Sunday in the Park with Church? Why did you guys decide to adapt it to daily life?
So I think it was, as we started to get together to talk about what we were going to do for this project, we all found like thematically there was an area that we were all interested in tackling, which is this idea of resensitization, of actually re-engaging with the world around us and participating in our daily lives. And when I applied for this job, part of my pitch was to put on a production of Sunday in the Park with George, which had similar themes and was sort of immersive and sort of a choose your own adventure. And so I sort of pitched that to the group as the vehicle to kind of explore that. So that's how we found our way to that structure. But it was really cool to find that we all shared a similar interest in what we were going to kind of talk about and experiment with.
Yeah, I think the other parts of that which think about the other half of the performance. Thank you. The resensitization score, the other half of the performance. And I guess I was wondering like how does that tie in?
So I'm lucky enough to have a colleague who is working on Fluxus scores and just launched a very successful website. For those of you not familiar with Fluxus, it was an avant-garde movement that I think for me, one of my takeaways and why I connected it to Sondheim's production was that it's about kind of making art of the everyday and finding art in the everyday, even things like a shoe or something that seems unremarkable, and making that accessible to everybody so that everybody can kind of participate in the act of artistic creation. And so kind of crafting my own Fluxus score seemed like a logical way to kind of fold in the people who are going to be attending and watching these vignettes and kind of watching this composition all come together. It seemed like doing our own vignettes out here and making you a part of this final piece was kind of a beautiful way to create that whole. And so the super meta part is this painting is by Georges Seurat, and he's known for innovating the pointillist technique, which involves the application of these really small points on a canvas that the eye then completes. And so the visual information you're receiving, your brain completes it. And so we wanted to kind of have that creation of the multiple points across a kind of abstract canvas, and have that final aha moment of when you freeze things, they become holy, and that was a line in Seurat's monologue. And that monologue doesn't really belong actually to the original script. One of our collaborators, Emily, who is the scholar in creative writing, wrote that. And so when I read that monologue, I found that line particularly summed up some of the things we wanted to accomplish. And so I folded that into the score as well, as a way of kind of trying to sew everything together.
Yeah, that sounds incredible. Very lovely. I guess I was also thinking about it in the sense of the audience as a participant, and they too as people in the park. Yeah, that's very lovely. I guess, does anyone have a question for
we want to
us?
hear from
Yeah.
y'all. We did our things, right?
Thank you. Did the performers or actors go through some of these exercises in space sensitization, and what were the prompts for their interactions?
Great question. Yes, and this was like a really fun interdisciplinary moment because that's what we're here to do, is to share our methods with each other and try to find out where our places of intersection are and to move each other outside of our comfort zones as well. So I believe the first rehearsal, I brought the actors together with Zack and gave them kind of like your really traditional survey lecture on what this painting means. There's kind of, that one classic art historical reading by Linda Nochlin, which is very anti-utopian actually. So I think we came from a much more optimistic place with this. But I put this in dialogue with a Renoir impressionist, like very flashy brushwork, energetic, a lot of individuality, and asked the actors to choose one individual from this painting by Seurat, the pointillist, the kind of frozen, very frieze-like composition, sometimes also called a stage with actors, right? And then other actors were able to choose from a Renoir painting, very energetic, and then come into the courtyard and inhabit kind of that space of embodiment. And it was really interesting. I think that was also an exciting moment for us as the creators of this new production, of being like, oh yeah, the courtyard is where we want to do this. And it appealed to us from the beginning anyways, and it has perfect composition lines anyways. From where you're sitting, you can see a composition behind us, fully receding into space behind us here. But if you're sitting over here at the picnic tables and you look that way, you have a perfect composition as well. And so I think that those things kind of naturally occurred to us and were birthed from all of us being brought here to Houston, to U of H, and I've spent a lot of time in this courtyard too. So it all kind of converges on this one place. Convergence.
Any more question for our scholars?
I have a question for you all. I'm curious what difference there might have been in doing the resensitization score first and then seeing the scenes inside versus the other way around. And I guess you only had one experience, so you don't know. But maybe someone could share their experience in one way and then others can share if it was different.
So I was in the group that saw the museum first, then the resensitization, and then the scene again. And I suppose the experience of it was in the museum trying to tie into these individual vignettes and find meaning. What is trying to be said here, and then to have the experience of coming out and just trying to myself be in this space when the actors came back into the space where I had inhabited. Even if they had done exactly the same thing, I think it would have been totally changed because I was still in the courtyard in a different way than I had felt in the museum itself. So there was a layering of experience that was fascinating.
And someone also did the sensitization first.
Well, I have a unique perspective because I was running back in between, so I might actually be able to answer your question. I started outside and just heard Lacy's introduction, and I thought, oh, this is so lovely. It's beautiful outside. This sounds like a really great, relaxing, meditative way to end the day. I love the symbols. And then I went inside, and I was like, rude? What is happening in here? Like, all of these people are griping, they're moving everywhere. So it was like the energy of the two settings was so dramatically different. I found myself honestly not being that excited when I went inside because I was just displaced. And then I came back outside and I was like, well, I've kind of been out here, I'm gonna go back inside. And the second time I went in,
sense of our moment in this specific place too. I almost wanted to say, hey, how about we don't say the art's bad and that like a kid could have done this. But I thought that it helped kind of reproduce some of the things you hear about art making and think about what a space of creation actually is, especially in that kind of the white cube, the gallery space can feel so uninviting and kind of sterile, and it kind of imposes, certain constraints on your own body. I mean, we got the lecture at the beginning as one must of don't touch the art, be paying attention to how you are in this space, and then a huge contrast coming outside and being in a place where you can kind of fully unpack and relax into yourself a little bit a little bit, and check in with yourself and your mental status and notice the people around you. But Zack, can you say more about, because that was a very collaborative moment for you and the actors too.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the two big crossover themes were environment and context for us, in the sense that a big sort of mission of this entire thing was perhaps when these things are placed out of their environment and seen separately, they appear one way, but when put in context, appear a different way. And I think really what we all tried to do is, and I love that this exercise worked in tandem with that, is to just take a second to breathe and actually look around and participate in what's around. And I think to the point about the language, like those are conversations that you could hear just walking around campus, which is one of the cool things. We sort of use the structure of Sunday in the Park sort of repurposed to lead us there. But the idea being you could walk around on any given day on this campus and hear a conversation like that and just brush it off and move on with your day, where if you actually would take a second to stop and engage with it, you may see sort of a larger portrait, for lack of a better word. So yeah, we thought that worked really successfully.
And we kind of started our conversations like sitting in Agora talking about like our roles as artists, people studying art and people teaching art. Like what do we see as current trends in the art world, and like how do we sort of cope with the overstimulation and excess information that's always coming at us, and then being able to both zone in on very specific things and like find the beauty in them, as you said, but also be as aware as possible in any given moment. And like how that's something that we're trying to encourage in our students, and that's really where all of this started. And then we were like, Sunday in the Park with George is exactly about that. And then how can we create that experience for you all as participants? So it was really cool how this whole thing came together, honestly, from those conversations.
Thank you. Any more questions? Any other questions? Okay, I was wondering, I know Zack, you have a show that's happening on Sunday.
Oh yeah, Spelling Bee, over at the School of Theater and Dance. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Buy your tickets, you should come see it. A lot of people in the cast you just saw are also in it.
Yes.
You should come see it.
Thank you so much to our actors.
Yes.
Thank you, of course, for our fellows. And thank you guys for showing up today.